How's it guys, this is Dayvy FPL and welcome back to the Fantasy Premier League video here on my channel. Now in this video we're going to be taking a look at the best budget defender rotation. We're going to be looking at those 4.5 million options, mainly because the current template in a lot of FPL drafts seems to be a lot of these 4.5 options. There's a lot of good options there and a lot of teams that offer some really nice fixtures. So we'll be taking a look at my personal favorite 4.5 million options and then taking a really deep in-depth analysis into their fixtures so that we can get the best possible and optimal rotation solution for our FPL squads. So sit back, relax, and let's get into the video. So a new season calls for a new sponsor, but here on the Dayvy FPL channel, we like our old. So we've got a little bit of old with the new. OneFootball are returning to sponsor the channel yet again, but they've had a completely new revamp, a completely new app, and a new logo, almost a completely new branding. So I really do like it. If you don't know who OneFootball are, they're the biggest footballing app on iOS and Android. If you want to go check them out, link down in the description below to go download the app. I personally use the app so I can kind of recommend it from a personal aspect, as I do follow more than one league than just the Premier League. So it allows me to get all my fixtures, all my different leagues from across the world, especially nice for us FPL managers as it is a footballing app. And when we get to those FA Cup and League Cup fixtures, it definitely gives us a good calendar update for those fixtures. So as I said, link down below if you want to go check them out. And once again, thank you for returning to sponsor the channel. So my personal favorite 4.5 million options, I've got quite a couple here. I've got 8 listed. Lots of these players are almost placeholders. For example, Taylor from Burnley can also become someone like Bardsley or Lowton. They're around the same price, so if you don't really favor Taylor, you can always just switch them out and go for whoever you do prefer. But these, so kind of look at the teams and then the similar price brackets, and that's kind of a good indication. So Taylor from Burnley, Walker Peters from Southampton, Vinagre from Wolves, Justin from Leicester, Ayling from Leeds, Saliba from Arsenal, Lascelles from Newcastle, and then Lamptey from Brighton. So a lot of these are kind of dependent on what the transfers are going to be like. So with Justin, there's big rumors that Chilwell will be making his way to Chelsea. That transfer could have already been done by the time I do upload this video. So Justin, if Chilwell goes, could be a really nice option. With Vinagre, there's also talks about maybe Maitland-Niles going to the likes of Wolves. So if he does play that position that Vinagre plays, that could be quite a disappointment, as we then lose a 4.5 million option. And then also with a player like Saliba from Arsenal, he didn't play last season. I don't really know why that was, but he does look like a good option, and especially with the transfers that Arsenal are making in that defensive department, if he does get a starting position, he could be quite a good option with their nice fixtures. Lamptey is also a nice option that we saw at the end of last season that was doing quite well. And then we have Lascelles, who currently has a knock, so just monitor that situation. And then Ayling, you can obviously go for Ayling or Dallas. That's kind of a big debate going up currently in the FPL community, which one's the better option. So you can kind of, it's a 50-50 on that one. You can kind of go for whoever you want. But these are my personal favorite options. You can comment down below who you think is a better 4.5 option. Maybe I've missed someone here that could actually go in my own personal FPL draft. So as I said, just be interactive and recommend anyone that I haven't. So I'm going to show you guys the rotation planner. I've kind of taken those 8 players and those 8 teams, and I've divided them into 2 rotation planners. And then finally we're going to go to my best option that I think I'll be using for my own FPL draft. So the first option, or the version 1 of the rotation planner here, features the likes of Leeds, Leicester, Wolves, and Newcastle. The reason why I like this specific rotation planner is it does incorporate the likes of Leeds, who I do think have some of the worst fixtures in their opening kind of rounds, but I do think out of the promoted teams, they're the best promoted team in terms of FPL assets. So that's why I like this one. It does allow us to have a Leeds defender who does like to attack, which I really like. So we can see here, we're not going to be playing our Leeds defender in the first game week, which is what the red bars kind of indicate. I know they're quite invasive on the screen, but just bear with me on this one. So the red bar kind of indicates that that's when we're going to be benching the player, and I've highlighted 3 potentially good fixtures from my 4. And so a lot of us are only going to have maybe a Trent Alexander-Arnold, and we might only need 3 options. So I've just incorporated another team here if you want to go completely budget in your defense and have 4 playing 4.5 million defenders. You can also opt for this, and also you can rotate these teams around however you see fit. That's what we're going to be doing in the final kind of talking of the video. We're going to be looking at my personal favorite option, but this one does allow you to have some really nice fixtures. There are certain game weeks that obviously you're not going to have the best fixtures in the world. Look at about game week 3 there, we have Sheffield United and Tottenham for our fixtures, but in and around there's some good fixtures as well. So you're going to have 1 or 2 game weeks that don't go to plan when you're, for example, Leeds do play Wolves in the opening game weeks there, so that couldn't be that great for us. Probably hoping for a 0-0 there, but I do think that these rotation planners are really helpful. You don't even have to do it for your 4.5 options. You can do it for your midfielders and your forwards as well. So this is the first version we're going to go through. The second version is on screen now. So why Newcastle and Southampton are so reliant in this draft is that we don't really have that many good fixtures for the other teams. So Burnley start off with 2 really hard fixtures. Arsenal are able to compensate with that with 2 lovely fixtures at the start, Fulham and West Ham. And then we also have Arsenal having that really bad streak we spoke about in the first draft video, how we're probably going to be taking our Arsenal players out before around game week 3. So you can understand here why their fixtures aren't that good. I don't really like this one that much because it is heavily reliant on Southampton and Newcastle. And when they do have bad fixtures, like for example Southampton versus Chelsea in game week 5 there, you kind of have to play your defender and they're probably going to be conceding there. So if we had to go for a nice combination of both of these is what I've kind of figured out here. My best configuration is going to be the likes of Southampton, Leicester, Burnley and Wolves. So I'm really hoping that Wolves don't sign another right or left back, so Vinagre can start in the place of Johnny there, as they have some lovely fixtures in the middle there from about game week 3 onwards. So if we do look at these fixtures, we are able to capitalize on those lovely Leicester fixtures, those lovely Burnley fixtures and those lovely Wolves fixtures as well. Now with Southampton, they didn't keep as many clean sheets as I probably would have liked at the end of last season, but I still think they offer some good FPL assets such as Walker Peters, who hopefully will be getting forward and maybe getting some more attacking returns. So this is my personal favorite combination. If I had to pick one, I do think the likes of Leicester have some really nice players there at 4.5 with the likes of Justin, and he gives us quite a nice entry into that Leicester defense that we probably wouldn't have had. With Burnley, I think with Burnley you can play them basically against anyone. I know they do have the likes of Tottenham and Chelsea where we probably will have to play them, but that's what I was talking about. If you do have Trent Alexander-Arnold, you only need 2 playing defenders for that 3 at the back, so then you could probably play your Southampton option, your Leicester option or your Wolves option instead of them. And at 4.5 I don't really mind keeping them on my bench as it's not taking up too much of my budget when I look at my overall budget spend, and I am going for a budget defense in the end with only 1 premium option. So with Burnley you can play them against anyone, but I would probably recommend trying to get a solution to those middle fixtures against Tottenham, Chelsea and even Leicester away. You don't really want to have 2 defenders playing each other every single game week. But this is my best configuration, as I said. Comment down below what yours is, as there's going to be a lot of different combinations that you can go for. I just wanted to give you guys 4 teams instead of 3, even though most of you will only need 3 because you're probably going to have the likes of Ferguson from Crystal Palace. I didn't include him here as he's not a 4.5 million player, but if you want to go for a Crystal Palace option as well, you could also go for one of their 4.5 options. So basically going to wrap up the video, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it. Please like it if you did, and subscribe if you're new or have not subscribed yet. I will be coming up with a nice ultimate guide to the defenders, so we're not only going to cover the budget options, we're also going to be looking at some more premium and some more mid-range options, because I think there is some room for improvement over a 4.5 in our FPL draft. So I'll be checking you guys over on Twitter. If you're not following me, go follow me there. And once again, thanks again to OneFootball for sponsoring the video. I'm going to be signing off. This has been Dayvy FPL, and I'm out. Cheers, bye.